Hi, my name is Jordan Reiser. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an egg cheese breakfast sandwich. I'd like to think that everybody should learn how to cook at least one meal for themselves. I think the egg sandwich is a very good sandwich to be able to learn how to cook because you can cook it in the morning if you're going to work, or you can cook it at night for dinner if you don't have a lot of stuff to eat. The sandwich is also very easy to make. You can make it very nice and simple with just egg and cheese and meat, or you can make it very complex. You can put your own vegetables, seasoning, whatever you want in there. Today I'm just going to be making a simple egg, cheese, and ham sandwich. Things you'll need is you'll need a whisker to beat your eggs with. You'll need eggs. I like to use 2 eggs per person. Either canola oil or butter to keep your pan from sticking. You'll need a bowl, some milk, and a meat of your choice. You'll also need some cheese, shredded or sliced, whichever. You also need bread and sliced cheese. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to get eggs. I use 2 per person. Since I'm cooking for myself, I'm going to crack that in your bowl. Throw your eggshell away. Crack this one in your bowl as well. I'm not very good at cracking eggs, but then you're going to want to take your milk and just have a splash of milk. Okay. You're then going to take your whisker and you're going to want to beat your eggs until it's just a solid yellow color, little to no clear substance in it, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. This doesn't take very long, just about 20-30 seconds depending on what you're using. And if you don't have a whisker like this, you can always use a fork. That's what I usually use. And see, you'll have it like that. Almost no clear substance in it. Okay. Now once you finish that, you're going to take your butter or your canola oil. Personally, I like butter. And you're going to want to light your stove and put it on a medium. And you're going to take your butter and just put it in your pan. Then you'll take your spatula and kind of just rub it all around in there. And grease your pan up a little bit. You don't want your eggs sticking in your pan at all, because then the eggs will stick and they'll burn. And nobody really likes burnt eggs. Nobody really likes burnt anything. So once you get that all nice in there, and try to cover as much of the pan as possible, especially the edges and corners. That's where your eggs will stick the most. Once you get that, you will take your eggs here and dump them in the pan. Now, as you can already see here, the eggs are starting to stick to the outside. Doesn't matter if you use butter or canola oil, they'll always do that. That's just how the eggs cook. You're going to want to keep the eggs from sticking to the side. So just keep going and going and going with your spatula. And at the start, you know, you can put on about a medium high for your stovetop. That's normally what I do. And as you can see, the eggs are starting to form into, you know, kind of get out of that runny stage and kind of into the scrambled form. Still got to kind of scrape them off the bottom. You don't want anything burning. You don't want any blackness in your eggs. Okay. Now while this is happening, you can turn your stove down a little bit, and you can go ahead and start popping your bread over here into the toaster oven. So I always take my 2 slices of bread, push them all the way back there. Put a piece of cheese on there. You can butter your bread if you'd like, whatever your preference is. You know, normally I'm in the go when I'm cooking this, so I don't like to use the least amount of utensils as possible. And I always throw stuff away or clean up while I'm cooking, just to I can enjoy my food when I'm done eating. Now, as you can see, the eggs are starting to harden up here. This side's a very light yellow. Your eggs won't really be done until it's more of a brownish crispy on the outside and a little darker yellow. So you're going to want to keep flipping those over. And once they get to right here, you're going to, after you've popped your toast in, you're going to want to turn the heater up a little bit on there. And you're going to want to grab your meat of your choice. Usually, I always like to use ham. That's all I can do. But you can do bacon, steak, turkey, whatever. I get 2 pieces. Not 3, 2. And you're going to want to drop them in your skillet. Let those fry up with your eggs. Save you a little time. And it kind of gets a little of that flavor in your eggs. See, my eggs are starting to get a little brown on this side, so I flip them over here. You're going to always want to keep constantly flipping your meat and your eggs over. You don't want them to get, overcooked on one side and undercooked on the other side. It just leaves it a weird balance. And I usually pop my toast into the toaster oven while I'm doing this. That way, by the time I'm finished cooking my eggs and my meat here, I can just put it right out instead of putting it on the plate and waiting for the toast to finish. I can put it right out on the toast and it's ready to go. When you're cooking your ham here, you're just going to want to keep it going. It'll start bubbling up a little bit. You want to get a nice crispy brown on each side. Same with your eggs, nice and brown. We got our heat on high right now. We're going to want to check on our bread. Everything's looking good over there. See, we've got a little bit of brown on each side of our eggs. They're a darker color yellow. They're just about done here. Everybody likes to eat theirs a different way. So at this point, I can go ahead and just turn the skillet off. Turn the stove off, and just let the heat of the skillet cook it the rest of the way through. My ham here is getting a little brown on each side, which is good. That means it's cooking all the way through. It'll be nice and hot when you put it on your sandwich. And we're going to go ahead and pull our toast out of the oven. Perfect timing. Toast is just lightly brown. You can cook it to whatever your preference is. Notice how the stove's not on, but the skillet's still cooking. You can hear the ham is sizzling a little bit. That's just from the heat. And then you go straight from pan, and you can serve it just up like that. And then you're going to want to spread that out on there. And at this point, you are ready to serve, which is the last thing you're going to do. Depending on who you're cooking for, is what I want on there. Personally, I like to put some Creole seasoning on there. People like jelly, grape jelly, strawberry jelly. You can put ketchup, you can put Tabasco, chunky salsa, whatever you like. This instructional cooking video. Good luck and good eating.